Okay, guys, like I told you, we're in survival mode, but I'm glad to be able to have, Robert, I'm glad to be able to have my crew back today. Like I said, we are missing one person, but he was honest with me and said that he needed to go do a pickup job because he needed to pay his bills because it's just been a little slow. But over here we have our foreman, we have another one of our workers here, and we got Robert over here in the corner. And what we're doing here is packing and wrapping this china so that we can ship that small parcel. And like I said, we use foam. You see the foam over there? And the same here at this table over here. We're doing the same thing. So these tables are our workstation tables. And these tables over here is where we do cutting for our crate building and things like that. We have our air compressor that gives us air, and you can see the air lines across the wall there. And so the air runs over there to our tubes and things like that. But today, we're gonna, in about 15 minutes, we're gonna get prepared to load up the truck so that we can go and take care of our business. Hey guys, welcome to My Black Wallet Media, the warehouse edition.
Robert.
We are in the warehouse. We got some jobs that we got to get complete. You guys are able to go out with us on a white glove pack and pickup, which we have the merchandise in the warehouse. We have not palletized it yet, but we're gonna try to get to that before the end of the day or Monday morning. But we got the guys in the warehouse, the crew. You can't see them right now, but in a minute they'll jump on view. We're gonna do some crating. We're gonna do some custom, make some custom built boxes for you guys to see. I'm gonna be working on what we call a double cap box. I have some computers and some electronics that I have to ship to New York, and it's recyclable things, so it doesn't need to be crated. So I'm gonna build a double cap box. I'm gonna let you guys see that from start to finish. And I'm gonna talk to you as I go through it, teach you how I build the box, teach you how I build the base. And the guys over there, they're wrapping some things to be shipped out as well. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to spend some time with me here at the warehouse shipping center. Remember, this your boy, the businessman. Real life survival mode. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and stay tuned. Oh, and leave a comment. We coming at you with that real live experience. You hear me? Gonna teach you how to get to the next level if you desire to be a warehouse worker, owner, box truck driver, everything logistics. Follow me and stay tuned, and we're gonna get you there. Remember, the businessman, real life survival mode. Hey guys, so we're about to build a double cap box. And a double cap box is like they call it several things. They call it a D container, a double cap box, or a Gaylord box. So what we're gonna do is build a Gaylord box. And I built my base right now, have a 48 by 40 pallet with the plywood base. And needs to be shot down with the nail gun. And I'm gonna put a nail in the corners as such. But I'm really gonna hit the nails all the way around. I'm just gonna do this real quick so you can see. And then I'll let you see what the guys are doing. Then I'll put that down really good and then show you how we cut the cardboard. I'm gonna introduce you to Robert. Do you mind, Robert?
Yes, sir.
Robert, would you like to tell the camera what you're doing over here?
We are wrapping up the books. We're gonna put tape on, brown paper. We're gonna put the brown paper around the books
Individually.
individually and go from there.
Put them in a box.
Put them in a box.
Put some peanuts in the box.
And tape it up and get ready to ship them on out.
All right. Sound like a winner. James Brown, you don't have to come over here, but you can just kind of speak to the and let us know what you got going on right here.
I'm finishing up the top for my double cap box. As you
Yeah.
can see there.
And what's the items that's in the box?
We have one dresser, a book stand, and 2 nightstands.
One dresser, book stand, and 2 nightstands. I believe that's going to Seattle. All right, guys, I'm gonna staple this. I'm gonna shoot this base down, and then I'll get back with you to show you how we built the box. This is actually a double cap box right there that we're looking at, but I'm gonna show you step by step on how we get there from start to finish. All right, guys, check with you in a minute. All right, family. So this particular base structure is basically a pallet made with 2x4s and 1x4s, 3 1x4s on the bottom and 6 1x4s on top, and lateral and horizontal, vertical and horizontal boards are running. And so it's the standard size pallet, and as you can see, it's 48 by 40, and this type of structured pallet can hold about 1,800 pounds safely. And as you can see, I'm gonna step on it and put all my weight on it. That pallet is solid. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna build the double cap box. And I'm gonna start off with a regular sheet of cardboard that's 48 by 96 inches. Now with the cardboard, you have one side that's smooth and you'll have one side that has lines on it going across. That's the side that we always want to cut on. So I'm gonna get prepared, I'm gonna get all my tools in position, and we will get started. All right, guys, so I hope that you can see me. Can you see me all right? Okay, well, we're gonna get busy. We gotta get this double cap built and packed by the end of the day. So let me just scoot my table over to you a little bit. Jay, we can go see if you can see me. And so what we're gonna do here is remember that my pallet is 48 by 96 inches. I'm sorry, my pallet is 48 by 40. My sheet here is 48 by 96. If you see, got my 96 width, long way, and the width is 48 inches. So I want to build my base because my pallet standard is 48 by 40. 48 long, 40 width. So in building the base, you gotta have a flap, then you have the body, and then you have a flap. Okay? So my flap that I want is gonna be 5 inches. So I'm gonna take my measuring tape, I'm gonna mark 5 at the edge, and I'm gonna score it at 5. Right? So there's my measuring tape. I'm gonna score it, mark it at 5, and score it at 5. Now, where I've scored it at 5, that's gonna be from here to there is gonna be my flap. From 5 to 48 is gonna be my body. So where I've scored it at, I'm gonna mark it at 48, and I'm gonna score it at 48. So that's my body. So now I need a flap again for the length side. So I'm gonna mark it at 5 and score it, as you see. So if you come back down to this end, you have the 5 inches. Then you have our 48. And then you have 5 inches. Now stay with me. Now what I'm gonna do is, so this is my flap, this is my flap. Everything after this flap, I don't need. So I'm gonna cut that off immediately. With my T-square, a good knife, I like to run it down twice just to make sure that we got it cut all the way through. All right. Then I go ahead and remove this off the table and off the floor because you don't want a trip hazard. So we set that out of the way. Now, we don't want to cut anymore. We want to score our flaps so that we can bend them up. So remember my 5-inch measurement here. Take my flathead screwdriver and I'm gonna score it. I'm not gonna cut it, I'm gonna score it. Okay? Again, this is a Gaylord or double cap box. And I'm gonna go to my other score, my other mark, and I'm gonna score that. Now, let's check ourselves, because if we mess this piece up, it's done. So we got 5 inches, 48, and 5. So we need 4 sides to build a box. So we scored the length, now we're gonna score the width. And come over here, cameraman. So our width is 40 inches, right? My length is 48 inches. So we have our length. Now, this is where the math comes in. 48 inches. So normally, I want my flaps to be 5 inches, but if I put my flap 5 and 5, that's gonna make me short. So I wanna split the difference. I got 48, so I wanna put 4 and 4. 4 plus 4 is 8, and then I got 40. So there's my 4 inches. I wanna score it. There's my 4 inches. I wanna score it. And listen, in the comments, if there's something that I haven't made clear to you and you need me to slow down and recall something, just leave a comment and ask me, hey, why did you put those 4 inches there? Well, I put those 4 inches there because I only had 48 inches width, and I need 40. So when I get my base at 40, I only got 8 inches left. So let me divide that 8 in half, and that'll give me enough to build my flap. So now that we have scored that, I want to line this up, right? Got my scorer, and bam, just like that. Go to the other side. Got my scorer here. And you want to really be precise at your measurements and at your marking. You want everything square. Now to be fast, I just want to flip that around. And then as such, Now this end, I don't even have to mark it. I just line it up, square it at the base, line it with my score, and mark it. Same side, just slide it over, line it with my score, and mark it. Now, so we have 5 and 5, 48. We have 4 and 4, 40. So now what I want to do is build my square base, and it's going to be as a box. So every side is going to be 48, 48, 40, and 40. So these are my flaps. On the end of my flaps, I want to cut my scores on the same side. It's okay if I cut this way. It's okay if I cut this way. But I always choose, just because of who I am, I cut this way. You see that? And then, now you don't cut it, you don't cut that, because now you don't have a flap. Now go to the other side and do the same thing. Now, so I don't have to walk around the table, I'm just gonna spin it. And these are things I try to teach the guys so that we don't waste time, because you waste time walking around the table, right? If you spin your box, you can stand in one spot and do the work. And so because I cut it on the inside, I'm gonna cut it on the inside again. Bam. And boom. All right, so, looks like it's a flat sheet, but it's actually prepared to be a square base. So I fold this up, flip it, fold this up, switch positions because I have my staple over there, my tools over there. Slide this down. Try to do as less walking around as I possibly can. Keep your tools on your table because you're gonna need them again. And we're gonna flip this up. And here's the whole idea. You're gonna fold it like that. I like to fold my flaps on the outside so that I can put my staples on the outside. You hear me? All right. So now we have a staple gun. And we like to use 5/8 staples, right? Now, remember I told you about these lines. These lines are very important because these lines hold the staples. When the pressure hits the staple and it folds the staple, these lines hold the staple in place. And so, because the lines are straight, you want your staples to overlap the lines as such. So what I'm gonna do is bend over my flap, fold my flap. I like to put 3 staples in my flap as such. 1, 2, 3. Spin it, I like to spin it to the opposite side so that it will be square. And remember, I'm gonna stand right here. I don't have to walk around the table to do what I'm doing. I'm gonna save energy and I'm gonna save labor time. Remember, this is James the Businessman. Real life. Subscribe for your boy. All right? We're gonna flip it around and bam. Bam. Flip it around. And there we go. Now that's the base. Come on over here, James, please. That's the base. Now we want to make sure that my base is on the pallet in as square as I can get it. But now we want to stabilize it, okay? And the way we do that, with our staple pneumatic gun. corners. Corners. And that's your base right there, my friends. But the pallet is not done yet. The double cap box is not done yet because we gotta run sides and then we gotta put a top. Now I'm gonna get my material ready and get it over to the table. Get the merchandise over here. Some of it I'm gonna wrap, some of it I'm not. And then we'll build the sides, the walls, and then we'll build the top. And once I get to the place where we're gonna build the walls, I'll get back with you. Remember, James the businessman. Hey, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button for me. Hit that like and leave a comment. All right, we'll see you in a minute. All right, y'all, so we got our base together. We got our base of the box. We got our base of the pallet. Sturdy pallet. Remember, this pallet can hold up to 1,800 pounds. So we build our base. So now what we're gonna do is build our walls, the existing walls that the material gonna be encased inside of or between. Now, another 48 by 96 sheet. I'm not gonna need all of this, but I'm going to need 24 inches, 2 feet. So what I'm gonna do first is cut my 24 inches. That's gonna be my height, right? So understand here that the walls are going to go up this way. The width way, all right? So I only need 22 inches of this. I don't need all of this. I don't need my height to be 48 inches. I just need it to be 20 inches. So what I'm going to do is, I'm gonna do the same thing. First thing first, get all of my tools over here to the table, right? So remember, the line side is always up, and I'm going to get my 24-inch measurement, 24, because that's going to be my height. 24. I'm going to do several marks. 24. I'm doing okay? 24. Think I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right? Okay, appreciate it. Thanks. Thank you for the encouragement. I really need it. So like I told y'all, we are still in survival mode, but we coming out. Yeah, we are. We coming out. We not where we want to be, but we landed some jobs. And little bit at a time. Like the scripture says, line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little and there a little. We're gonna make it. So go back to my score, right? My square. Here, line it up. Gonna have to get the foreman to change the top of these tables because they've been cut all up, and sometimes these little cuts and tears grab my material. So please put in the comment so when foreman Jaden see it, say, Jaden, please change the tops of the table like the businessman has been telling you to. Hey guys, look up. All right, so that I don't have to walk all the way around the table, I'm just gonna flip this around, right? Line it up at 24. Now, I I only showed you guys that step because when you first starting off, you want to score your lines. I'm actually gonna cut that off, but normally when I do it, I just cut it completely off. But it makes it easier though to score it and then come back around and cut it. So I'm gonna cut this because all I need is 24 inches of it. Hey James, you got some blades over there?
They in my box.
Make sure you have a sharp blade because a dull blade can ruin your life. Like they say, a dull blade is worse than a sharp blade. Where you gonna discard that at, Duran?
Sir?
Where you gonna put that at?
Oh, I'm gonna wrap it in a
Yeah.
piece of foam.
Yeah. So one thing about changing these knives, the old knife, you want to get rid of it immediately because they're dangerous. Normally what I do is wrap mine in some foam or some cardboard, tape it up, and then take it to the outside dumpster. That way nobody will get cut. We try our best to practice safety. Safety first. Production second. Remember that. But you know, like I was telling you guys, my guys hadn't been here last week. We were so slow in the bad weather. And being man down is business down. So we don't want you to lose your employees or yourself. Now, so we said our width was gonna be 24 inches. And one thing we gotta get around here is some tool belts. I'll get some more tool belts, because looking for your material will slow you down as well. So I still have some things that I need to modify and improve on. But we're getting better as we go. 24, both of these should be 24 inches, because remember, I'm 48 inches wide, so I really got two sides. So anyway, now we got our cuts. Now we're gonna build our wall. So remember, we got 48 by 40. Now what you wanna do is get your inside measurement length to length. That's 48 inches, right? And so my cardboard is 96 inches. So now, you also want to give 5 inches. We always do 5 inches on our flaps so that you can have a little turn here, so when your other piece connect with it, you'll have something to staple to, right? So I got 48 is gonna be my long side, and then I'm gonna make this turn here, and it's gonna be 39 plus 5, because I'm gonna give a 5-inch turn. Okay? So I'm gonna start with my 5 inches. All right? Five. And my length is 48. So I got my 5 inches here. I got my 48 wall, and then I'm gonna need from inside to inside, I'm going to need 39 and a half. So I got my 5, got my 48, now 39 and a half, and I'm gonna score it. So actually, I'm gonna use this whole sheet. I'm gonna put my cut side down. Excuse me. Bad picture, Jaden. Once I put this piece down and get it in place, we're gonna turn the camera off and I'm gonna go ahead and build the rest of the walls and then let you get a look at, take a look at it. So look here, if you picking up what I'm putting down, subscribe, hit that like, leave a comment. Because I'm going to tell you 2 things for sure, and 1 thing I know, we're going to make it go. And you follow me, you're going to go somewhere. So, get our measurement. That's our 5. And that's our 48. Cut side down. We want to fold that at the score. Fold that at the score. And did something wrong?
It showed, you got it right. It just showed your cut. You bend it
Yeah.
right there. It just bent the wrong one.
That's the wrong one. Fold that at the score. We fold that at the score. We fold that at the score. We fold that at the score. Then we'll take that other board, that other sheet, and run it, and we'll let you see it in a minute. All right, guys, so we're gonna put the other side of the wall up. As you see, we got this side of the wall up, and it is 24 inches high. So what we're gonna need on this side to complete this wall, we gotta get our length, which is 46 and a half, and we have to get our width, which is 38 3/4. So, we already have a mark, 46 and a half, and we have 38 3/4. So what we want to do is score right there. And that's gonna be our bend. And that's why we score it, because we're not cutting it, we're scoring it so that we can bend it. You see? Okay. So now we're gonna put our other wall up. That bend should, if I've done this right, that bend should fall in place in that corner. There we go. So, now what we want to do is secure the walls to the base. So now we want to get our pneumatic staple with our 5/8 staple, a pneumatic stapler. All right. So what I want to do first, staple the bottoms and then catch the corners. Remember that your staple has to be angled at a 45, and that gives it the best holding position. All right? So 45. Bam. 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 This is just how James the businessman does it, you know? Hey, we don't want to spend a whole lot of time on it, but we want to make sure it's secure and we want to make sure it's done perfect. And the main thing, we want to make sure that it's going to hold the material and be able to ship and reach its destination in the same integrity that it was when we picked up the item. So then we're going to hit this corner over here. Then we do the same thing all the way around. Need some air. Give me a second, guys.
You got a key.
Huh?
It's a key.
You got a key?
I think it was there.
We ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. So remember to keep it turned at that 45. Put your staples like 2 inches apart. We want to get the other side. The other side. And that's your body. It's pretty solid. Now all we have to do, bring it over here, James, let me get a look at it. Never mind, stay there. All we have to do now, load it up, pack it up, and put our top on it. And we're gonna do that, then I'll show you how we build our top. All right, guys, we'll see you in a minute. Remember, James, the businessman, real life, survival mode. All right, guys, so we got the base, pallet base. We got our walls built. We got the material packed. We have our honeycomb cushion on the top. And all we have to do now is put on a top cap. And then we're gonna wrap it with shrink wrap, put our labels on it, and it's ready to ship. So I'm gonna build my top cap just like we built the bottom cap. The width is going to be 40, and the length is going to be 48. Plus, remember our 5-inch flaps. I have this prefabbed already. So I got my 5-inch flap. I got my body, that's 48. I got my 5-inch flap. I got my 4-inch flap. I got my body width, that's 40. Got one side staple. And remember what we talked about earlier on the bottom base, that I could staple this side, but to get it square, I want to staple the opposite side, right? So I'm gonna bend this up, bam. Remember we put our flap on the outside. Got my pneumatic stapler. Turn your stapler to 45. bam, bam, and bam. All right? Spin it to the opposite side. Hold it. Building a base in the cap box. You can almost do this in about, I'll say, a good, if you don't have to build the pallet from start to finish, then you can build a cap box in an hour. If you gotta build a pallet, I say an hour and a half tops on building the base and the pallet. But depending on what material you're putting in there, sometimes that's where the time is in wrapping your material so that it'll be properly protected. So what we are expert packers and shippers. So when our product gets to the customer, they expect that their material or their product, their merchandise, get to them 100% safe and with the same integrity that it was when we picked it up. Fortunately, we're a 5-star establishment. Our Google ratings are 5-star, and we haven't had an accident or claim yet, and we don't expect to have one. So I got my top built. My width is 40, my length is 48. Put that bad boy over the top. James, can I get some assistance? And if I did it right, it should fit. Now we want to seal it up completely. Same thing, turn my staple gun at a 45. Rookie mistake. But we can fix that.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, guys, there you go. But we're not finished yet. So now we got to get our banding machine, band this down so that it doesn't move. Like you saw it move a minute ago, where we're banded tight with steel banding, and it's gonna keep it in place, gonna keep it stable. And then we're gonna shrink wrap it, put our labels on it, put our BOLs on it, put our fragile stickers on it, and hey, it's ready to go. Again, you rocking with James, the businessman. Real life survival mode.